Okay, everyone, welcome. Appreciate you taking some time and dialing in today. It is Thursday, October 18th, 2012, a little after 11 a.m. Pacific time. And today, GroupPrice will host a webinar presentation by GoDaddy.com. Today's focus is the top 10 tips to website success, with a heavy focus on converting visitors into customers. So GroupPrice, hopefully most of you have heard of us, know of us. Obviously, you do know of us. We've been in the business since 2010, and we've become a great resource for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and startup companies. And our goal day to day is to help you save money, save costs on business tools and software that help you grow. And what we do every week, every month, is we pre-negotiate deals with top vendors in the U.S., vendors that are typically leaders in their industry. And we look to negotiate anywhere from 40 to 75% off in savings. You'll notice on GroupPrice.com under all deals, we do have categories, and we have about 14 categories spreading from advertising to consulting all the way down to social media and PR. And again, these are products and services, typically software, that are focused on helping you grow online while cutting your costs. Things that are very easy to implement, right? Not products that take hours to implement, products that usually take 30 to 60 minutes to implement. Now, today, the presenter is Stephanie Dorame. She's a product marketing manager here at GoDaddy.com. She comes with a breadth of experience in online marketing, lead generation, product marketing, etc. She comes from companies like QuestSoftware.com, and she's been doing a fabulous job for GoDaddy, particularly focused on small business solutions. Now, hopefully you guys watched a lot of television. I've seen some really cool GoDaddy commercials lately, and they've really dominated this space and helping small business owners, entrepreneurs, and startup companies with everything they need for online business, from the launch with domain names, website software, to hosting. Of course, they have that grow focus, so they offer SEO, email, and social marketing as well, and of course the managed side, the online storage and website security type services. So it's a full suite, right? It's a whole holistic approach that GoDaddy is taking, as we are. So that's why we're looking to team up with them and offer this free webinar for you. Now, what we want to do before we begin the presentation is to launch a poll. And Stephanie can go ahead and launch that there. We just want to get a pulse on where you are with your website. Are you looking to build a website, looking to grow it, looking to expand on it, etc.? So if you take about a minute here, just give a couple of answers to these questions, and then we'll get started after results. The results.
Are you seeing it, Anthony?
I do see it. Yes.
Did I already? It says attendees are viewing poll results, but I don't know if I gave a chance for anybody to vote.
Let's see here. Let me ask.
Yeah. Let me try it again.
Okay. I'll try it one more time.
No, you know what? I think I messed up the poll, guys.
No problem. Let me communicate with the audience there.
So should I just get going while we try and figure out the poll?
Yes, you can start on the presentation, Stephanie. That's okay. In the meantime,
Okay.
I'll chat with the audience.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think I clicked that twice.
Great.
Okay, well, hello everybody, and thank you, Anthony, for the introduction, and thanks everyone for taking some time out of your day to join us. So the purpose of our webinar today is to teach you some of the best practices on building a website so that you can get your website working harder for you. The focus is really going to be around how to turn your website visitors into customers. So I'm going to share with you a lot of the tips and tricks that I've learned over my career in website marketing, to try and help you turn your website into a true sales channel for you. And my goal today is that, we're going to walk through 10 tips. There's going to be a lot of information presented to you, but I really want you to be able to walk away with like 2 or 3 ideas that you can do right away that'll be impactful to your business. So that's our goal today. So we've got a lot of information to cover in a very short time, so I'm just going to jump in here. So the first thing that you want to do, and this is regardless if you're starting to launch a site or if you already have a site, just sort of use this as a guide to reevaluate what your site's about. But the first thing you want to do is just determine what the objective of your site is. Excuse me. And basically what that is you need to figure out ultimately what do you want your visitors to do before they leave your site. So, if you're an insurance agent, I want someone to call me for a quote. If I'm a restaurant, I want someone to make a reservation. I'm a charity organization. I want you to donate money before you leave my site. Figure out what that objective is. So I've added, watch a demo video, and I added that because I had a client once that came to me and said, Steph, I've got this video, and whenever I get visitors to watch it, I can close 50% of those sales, by just getting them to watch my video. So that became the objective of this website, getting people to watch this video. So it seems like a simple question to ask, but by answering this question, it really helps you figure out how to build a website around this objective. So, which steps us up to tip 2. Okay, so what do your visitors need to know, do, see, watch before they're going to be willing to take that desired action you want, to donate the money, to give you a call? And so basically what you're trying to do is just sort of walk through the sales process for your visitors. Do they need to see what your products look like? Do they need to understand what your pricing is? Do they need to feel confident first that they can trust you? If you're a lawyer or a CPA, do they need to see your credentials front and center? That type of thing. So again, just walk through the sales process of what you think a visitor would need in order to feel comfortable to take that next step with you. And so the cool thing is about when you do this, you basically have just come up with this list of items that belong, it's kind of your content list to building your site. And now you may have more information that you need to include on your site, but that's probably not the stuff that belongs on the home page. This exercise will help you prioritize what deserves the most attention and the most visibility on your site. So for today's example, I'm going to be an owner of an Italian restaurant here in Scottsdale, and so I've just walked through these steps that I've asked you to walk through, and I've decided that the purpose of my website is to get people to come eat at my restaurant, right? So my objective is either to get you to schedule a reservation online or to get in your car and drive to my restaurant. So then the next thing was, okay, well, what do people need to know in order to make that decision, right? So I've decided that they need to see my menu and my pricing. They probably want to see, images of my specialty items. They probably want recommendations from other customers that we have a great restaurant. They need to see location and hours, and ultimately I need to make sure that there's an easy way for them to either call for reservations or reserve online, right? So this is what I determined are the main things that I need on my website. And in a couple slides here, we're going to actually go look at the website that I built, taking into account these things. So tip number 3, when you're designing a website, it's really important just to try and keep it simple and clean. You want the focus to be on those things that we just talked about, not on a fancy design that confuses people. Try to keep your copy short and to the point. Too much copy can make things look real cluttered, and it's difficult for people to see what it is that you really want them to see. So, avoid any sort of long paragraphs. If you have the type of business that does need in-depth information, great, but just don't put it on the home page. And and don't be afraid of what we call white space, which is empty space. Again, it helps people sort of visually find what they're looking for. If there's too much clutter there, people get confused and they'll abandon your site. So tip number 4 is really staying in that same vein when it comes to your navigation. Again, keep it simple, keep it consistent. You just want a clear, easy path for visitors to find what you want. The goal typically is try not to go any more than 1 click, 2 clicks at the most for them to find what they want. And here, let me just jump over to our demo site here. So here's the site that I built for our demonstration purposes today. Talking about no more than 1 click, 2 click. I have my navigation up here. It's real simple. Everything's 1 click to get to it. I think I added 2 clicks here just because I decided that they needed to see some different types of menus that I had. But so let's sort of just walk through the process here of what I did. And and also just to let you know, I am not a website builder. I am a marketing person. I know how to market businesses through websites, not build websites. So what I used here was GoDaddy's Easy Website Builder, and it just makes it real simple for people who aren't technical like myself to create a website like this, just sort of based on templates, and I'll show you a few other things on how easy it can be to add some of this functionality. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk through it. So you know, I said, look, my goal is to have people make reservations or drive to my site. So right here, front and center, make a reservation, call me now. Those are the big areas, my pods I'm talking about. Reserve a table online, got a page for that. Check out my menu, got a page for that. I got my happy specials, if you have any sort of specials that you're running. I've got a location with my hours and a map that I created. And I also added my testimonials, my customer reviews right here. You can click on it and go check those out. So I incorporated all the elements, images of my food, so that that's the focus of my site, to help convert these people from just visitors to my actual customers. So I did say that I would tell you how, if you're not real technically inclined or you don't have someone who's actually you know, building a site for you, how you can do this. So this is the actual site builder that I used, GoDaddy Simple Site Builder. So some of the more things that would be complex would be like the reservations that we did. All I did was create a reservations page. And then I come over here, and under my widgets, we have something called Open Table. And all I do is take this and I just drag it in. It'll ask me a couple questions, you know, who's my business, and then it creates this online reservation system for me. Another thing was the map. If you don't know how to do that, I did the same thing. I went to my widgets, I grabbed my map quest, and I just dragged it in. It asked me for my address, and I typed it in, and it popped open this. The other one was, if you do have a company that's reviewed, like on Yelp, again, I just created a quick page. I went to my social widgets. I grabbed my Yelp. I dragged it in. So there, you know, so again, nowadays it's pretty easy to build a nice website without any sort of coding skills. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, so the next thing, this is a really, really important piece when it comes to converting visitors into customers, and it's called using strong calls to action. So in this, never be afraid to tell your visitors what you want them to do. And this is most likely going to line up with what your main objective was, you know, in slide 1 and tip 1. So call us for a quote, make reservations now, watch this video, use active words to get people to take the action that you want. This is where you do want to create, you know, maybe a bigger image or banner or something to get people to take the action that you want. I guarantee you, if this is the only tip that you take from this today and you implement this on your website, you will see conversions go up. Tip number 6, establishing credibility. This is about helping your visitors, giving them confidence that you're a legitimate company, that you're offering the products and services they want. So there's, you know, some things that you can do to help establish this, and it could be as simple as you know, getting some recommendations from customers, like adding customer quotes to your site. It could be adding whatever awards that you may have. You know, maybe you were voted best date night restaurant in your local, you know, entertainment newspaper or something. You can add the ratings and reviews like I did. So, you know, if Yelp isn't appropriate for your business, there's plenty of other ratings and reviews out there for, you know, based on different categories and industries. Just Google them, find them, sign up for them, and, you know, encourage your customers to review you. Encourage your best customers to review you. And then the last thing I have down here is these little images, and these are what we call badges, and what they are, you know, what they are, like this one right here is the GoDaddy security badge. So if you use a GoDaddy called an SSL certificate. What that does is it secures communications on your website, transactions, anything that flows to and from your website. We give you these badges to stick on your website, and it makes people feel comfortable that you are a legitimate business. You know, if you have any sort of partnerships with any of these companies, PayPal, any sort of merchant account, they will have these badges, add them. And again, these types of badges have also been proven to increase conversion rates on websites. People want to know that you're legitimate before they actually do business with you. This is another really big one for me, including sign-up forms on your site. So these are like, you know, join my newsletter, that type of thing. So you're going to have lots and lots of visitors that come to your site, but they're not ready to commit yet. So what you need to do is you need to capture their email address so that you can, you know, create an email campaign and drive them back to your website at another time. This is hugely important, building out your database. Your database will become the most important and valuable asset you have in marketing. So how do you do this? Well, you are going to need an email marketing program to do this. I'll show you what I used. Again, GoDaddy has something called Express Email Marketing. It's really affordable. And all I did was I went and created this quick little sign-up form. There's lots of different templates you can use. I just grabbed this one real fast. You can customize it any way you want. And what they do is they give me a link. They give me a link, and they give me all different types of button choices. And you can create your own if you want. It's just an image. And I just insert this on my site. And so I try to incent people. In order to get your email address, you do need to give them something value and back, right? So here I've got learn about discounts, special events, amazing recipes. Tell them what value they're going to get in order to exchange for their email address. And what's really cool about this is once you have this link, you can share this on your Facebook page, your Twitter account. You can put this link anywhere you could possibly stick it so that you can start building out your contact database. So for those of you who are not using email marketing today, I highly recommend that you look into it. It should absolutely be a part of your marketing mix. It's something, there's not a marketing plan that I do that doesn't include some sort of email marketing. Tip number 8. Okay, so this is more for companies that are actually showing product, or maybe you have a vacation rental home or something that you're trying to rent out. You want to remove any sort of doubt and barriers that this isn't the right product for them. So if your images are too small, too grainy, if there's not enough product angles. I've certainly been on sites many times where I wanted the product, but I wasn't quite sure if that's what I wanted because of the pictures. They'll abandon your site and they'll go find a competitor who does have other better pictures. So I know everybody's on a tight budget, but this is a place where you definitely want to spend a little bit of your money, or at least find someone who's got some real talent and get some great product shots and get those on your website. So tip number 9 here, building a site map. So you always want to include a site map on your website. And what it is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a map of the pages of your site. But why this is important is that search engines like Google, they go out and they crawl websites to try and figure out what is your site all about, what kind of content do you have on it, and this is one of the ways that they do. This is where they start it. Helps them figure out what your website is, what your business is about, so that they can then figure out how to rank you when people are putting in search terms that may be relevant to your business. So if you don't know how to create a site map, it's not all that difficult. There's articles out there that you can read. But again, let me take you back to my simple site builder here. Our builder here allows me to just go to widget. Maybe it's page. Yes. So here I just went to my page widgets. I created a page called sitemap, and then all I did was drag this down, and it just popped open the sitemap for me. It's just that simple. And so that leaves us into tip number 10. So now you've got this great website. You're all happy about it. Converts well when you get visitors there. But how do you get visitors there? And that's all about optimizing your website so that Google will rank it high when somebody puts in a search term that's relevant to your business. So here's just an example, just to kind of give a refresher of what I'm saying here. Is, so when any of us are out trying to find a product or service, we open up a search page, we type in a phrase or a product name, and then we get this list of recommended companies that Google ranks. They think, oh, these websites were most relevant to this search term that you just put in. So that's what search engine optimization is about. It's about getting Google to recognize that you belong here and putting the right content on your site to rank here. And it's not an easy process. Search engine optimization it's a time-consuming, and it does require education. Google, oops, I'm getting some feedback here. So that's an important piece to drive people to your website. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm going to give you some of the top things that Google's looking for. The top thing that they're looking for, and it's something that you can do today, is figuring out what your keywords and what your key phrases are. What is it that people are typing into that search box that you need? What are those top search terms so that you can add that sort of copy to your website? So off to the right here, I figured out what my top keywords are for my Italian restaurant. And then so I went, if you click back to my site, you'll see I used these words and I bolded them on my home page. You can sprinkle them throughout your whole site, but you definitely want to use, once you figure out what your key terms are, use those words and you want to bold them. Don't go crazy. Don't add them 100 times. Google knows when you're trying to trick them. So use them appropriate. Just write copy, simple copy that actually uses the words. It's really not that difficult to do. It's just need to take the time to do it. Another thing that's really become important to Google is what it's called linking. You'll hear the word linking, backlinking. Basically, it's these inbound links. It's just getting other websites to put your website address on their site. So, for example, easy ways to do this are, let's say, you're a hair salon. You can go contact, like, maybe nail salons in your area, and you can ask them to, do like a referral page, and you just sort of cross-promote. They add it to their site, you add theirs to yours, and that way you can get some backlinks. You can also join the ratings and review sites. If Yelp's not appropriate, there's plenty other sites out there that you can, and most of these are all free to join. Same thing with local listings. Add that link to yellowpages.com. Go submit your company to all these different business listings out there. These will drive links back into your site and help you rank better. Title tags, image tags, those are actually very simple to do. It's a part of what you do when you're building your site. A little technical to talk about, but you just, in any support on a site builder, it'll show you how to do it. It's not that difficult. It's really, again, it's just using some of these keywords in these areas when you build your site. Sitemap we talked about. Now this one here is becoming more and more important for Google. GoDaddy, we are also trying to add all this stuff to our site because Google does like to change the rules on us. And it's about social sharing. They want to see that people are liking your pages, tweeting about you, Google Plusing about you. So if you're able to figure out how to add some of this stuff to your site, it's a big plus, and that's becoming more and more important to Google when it comes to trying to figure out how high to rank you on a site or on a search page. Okay, so now I just have given you this big laundry list of SEO items, and I know it can be overwhelming. So how do you get this done? So one of the things would be to do is to hire an expert who can do this. Now, I know a lot of experts can be very expensive. But I would recommend, if you don't have the time to figure it out yourself, put an ad on Craigslist. There's plenty of college students out there that are willing to work for a lot less money, and they know this stuff pretty well, and they at least know it well enough to get you a good jump start on some of the basic stuff. There are tools available out there if you want to figure it out yourself. There's plenty of articles and webinars to listen to, and there are some tools like what I'm showing you here. This is a tool that GoDaddy offers called Search Engine Visibility, And what it does is it helps you figure out what your keywords are, because it really is, that is the start. You've got to know what your keywords are. And so what I did here is it just asks you to type in sort of like your category or your best guess on how you think somebody would search for you. And then it will generate all these recommendations of keywords, and then you can just sort of click and save them off to the side so that you know what content you need to go add to your website. It also gives you this suggested content, based on this. So what that is it'll tell you topical things like that you should write about. So maybe you add a blog section to your website where you write about these topics that this is telling you about, because that also helps the search rankings. The more kind of words and content that are relevant to this search term ranks you higher. So there are tools out there that you can use that can get you started, but no way around it. It does take time, effort to rank well on Google, but hugely important in order to get increased number of visitors to your site. So on that, that does conclude my top 10 tips to converting your visitors to customers, and I think we still have time for questions, right, Anthony?
Yes, we do. Stephanie, thank you very much. This is very informative for us. I mean, here at GroupPrice, we're actually looking to redesign our webpage in the next 30 days or so. So this is very helpful. Again, appreciate your energy. Very, very great presentation. So now I just wanted to open it up for a little question and answer. Right now it's 11:34 a.m. Pacific time, so we have about 10 minutes or so for some Q&A. The first question is coming from Patty, and her question is, there's a trial or demo to try, and what I'd like to do is like to take Patty off mute, and maybe she can expand a bit on her question. So give me 1 second here, Patty, and you should be able to speak. Patty, you there?
Yes, I am. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Go ahead and feel free to ask questions directly to Stephanie.
Great. Unfortunately, I had to jump in partly through, so I missed part of it. But is there any way of actually demoing the software, trying it out to see if it's something that would be good for our business?
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not have a free trial at this time. Marketing is pushing for it. We do have a 1-month plan, though. That you could. I think it's $5.99. You can try it for the month and see if you like it. And if not, it just cancels. So at this point, no, we do not have a free trial, but we're working on getting one soon, though.
So for the $5.99, does that have all the features available to you?
Yes, that's the full feature, full-featured website builder. It's the one I'm showing right in front of you. Mm-hmm.
And do you need a domain name, or can you just try it without?
Yes, you do need a domain name. There, and right now, if you choose to buy it, you can get a free domain name, but you do have to buy the annual term. Right. So it wouldn't work on the 1-month term, but if you want to, go ahead and commit for the year, it does come with a free domain name. Yeah, there's no way to try this without having a domain name to attach it to.
Okay. All right. I think that answered my question. Thank you.
Great. Thank
you.
The next question is coming from, I believe I'm pronouncing the first name correctly, Madane. And I can take Madane off mute as well, and feel free to expand on the question directly to Stephanie. Madane, you there?
Yes.
Hi.
Stephanie, on tip number 10, you showed that whatever business is, our business is passport expediting, that how we can find what are the keywords that people are most frequently using to search for that service.
Right.
So what was that website where you went with your Italian restaurant and you found some of the keywords and phrases?
Right. So I was using our own product that we sell called Search Engine Visibility, but there are other products out there. I think Google has something. If you just Google, help me find my keywords, that type of thing, you'll see other products out there. I think ours is is $2.99 a month, and it does come with other features besides just keywords. It does help you, list your business on different business listing sites. It does monitor your social stuff, like if you have Yelp or CityGrid or a few other things. It sort of pulls everything in so that you can monitor all your comments and things. So we have a product that you paid for, or there are, I believe Google has some products out there also too.
So that's $299 a month?
No, $2.99.
And what is that product called?
It's called Search Engine Visibility.
Search Engine Visibility. So if I go to GoDaddy, I can find that. Or
Correct.
I can buy it or find it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is coming from Mark. He's asking, do you know of any good articles / white papers on how to hone in on messaging on your website? Mark, if you like to expand on that, I can take you off mute here in about 1 second so we can hear you. Feel free to ask. Mark, you there?
Okay, I can.
It's fine. I'll put him back on mute, and I'll just repeat the question. His question again is do you know of any good articles / white papers on how to hone in on messaging on your website?
I don't have anything offhand, but that's a great topic, and it's something I can actually probably put together. So GoDaddy has a page called our Small Business Center, where we do have articles on different types of topics, search engine optimization and something similar to this, how to build your website. And that's something I can add to, though. And in fact, I'm writing that down right now. But again, I'm sure if you just start Googling exactly what you just wrote there, that something's going to come up for you in the meantime. But thank you for the suggestion, and I'm going to add it to our site.
Great. Perfect. Next question is coming from Victor. He's asking, can you introduce tools or merchants that can help build SEO?
Can I introduce tools and merchants that can help build SEO?
Yeah, or maybe do you have like SEO experts within your network, or is it just all internally?
I'm still not clear on what the question is. I mean, okay. Search engine optimization is things that you have to do to modify your site, and it's a list of things, and it's a gamut of different things. Like I said, it's sometimes it's quite beneficial if you can afford to hire an SEO expert, because it is such a vast number of things. But the easiest thing to start with is just figuring out what your keywords are and adding that type of content to your site. It'll be the most impactful thing that you can do right off the bat, and it won't cost you anything.
Perfect. Great. And his second part of the question is he's wondering where can he get some high quality images? Like stock
images? Well, if you're looking for just stock photos, like so you don't have products, right? Those you obviously have to take your own images. But website builders, again, like the one GoDaddy has, it comes with, I think the base plan has about 8,000 images. And then the larger plans, I believe it goes up to like 33,000 stock images that you can legally use any way you want. So, and if that doesn't work, there's sites out there called like iStock.com, where you can search their site for there's millions of images, and you can purchase one image at a time. So if there's a specific image you're looking for, those again, it's there's lots of them out there, but I typically use iStock.com for that. And images can be anywhere from $20 to hundreds of dollars, just depending on how you want to use it and what size image you need and things. Website images tend to be a lot less expensive because you don't have to have the big high quality resolution for them.
Perfect. Great answer. Another question coming from Patty, and I'm not sure if we answered this in her original question. She's asking, when we monitor pages such as Yelp with SEO, can you take down bad comments? Now, I guess I can answer a little to that. I worked at Yelp back in 2010, and there's always the question about good comments and bad comments. What's real? What's fake? My recommendation when dealing with bad comments on your Yelp page is to reach out directly to that Yelp user. You can send a public message to them, or you can even send it privately. And that was our recommendation always when dealing with small business owners with bad comments via Yelp. If you want to add to that answer, feel free, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree because I think oftentimes that's an opportunity for you to respond publicly because
Correct.
no one's perfect, no business is perfect, things happen, but if you can show that you are responding to these issues when a customer's upset and publicly show that, I think you can turn that around and actually make that a positive for yourself.
I agree. I agree. Okay. Any other questions here? So it's 2 minutes to 11:45 a.m. So we're almost completed the entire webinar here. I like to keep it open for maybe 20 more seconds. If anyone else has a question to ask, feel free to type that in. In the meantime, remember there's a promo code that GoDaddy is offering for the webinar participants today, and it's a 30% off anything. And the promo code there, as you can see on your screen, is 30%. So you can just type in 30 and then the word percent, and you get 30% off anything. And I believe that expires November 18th, 2012.
Yep.
November 18th. Great.
That is correct. Yeah, there's 30 days to use this coupon code. Yeah, but I'd like to just encourage people that as a small business, GoDaddy is a great partner, an online partner to have because this is who we cater to. We work with small businesses every day. We understand that this is not your expertise. And so our call center is open 24/7. They know how to talk to people who aren't technical, and they're always ready to help. So if you're in the middle of trying to build a website and you get stuck, you call our customer care center and they'll unstuck you, and they're happy to do it. And like I said, they know how to work with people like me who aren't technical and aren't going to understand any sort of technical terms.
Great. Sounds great. Well, Stephanie, appreciate your time. It's now 45 minutes after. I'd like to do a hard stop here. And, again, if any participants today has any more questions after the call, maybe you can think about it. Maybe something you thought about after the call, feel free to just shoot me an email. My email address is anthony@groupprice.com. We also follow up with a link to this recorded webinar, so you can have the opportunity to listen to this again, or maybe skip through some things you felt that you missed. So again, appreciate your time. It's now 11:45. Have a great day, and thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, everyone.
This will conclude the webinar. Have a great day.